Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. This narrative is about a man who has been an excellent example of relentless commitment and persistence. Even if you don't have a passion for chicken, the motivational story of colonial standards will send you to learn more about this man. Today, we will talk about the man who started one of the most well-known chicken companies in the world, KFC. KFC served as the success story of colonial Harlem's sanded houses fast food. Let's get started. Initially in life, Hartland Sanger was born in a small town in the state of Indiana in the year 1890. At the age of 12, after his father passed away, he took the responsibilities on his shoulder and left him to find some jobs to support his financially struggling family. Later, when he was 12 years old, his mother remarried, and because his new stepfather didn't like the boys around, Sanger's brother was sent to live with a friendly white family. Sanger's birthplace was in Indiana. Sanders soon realized that he would instead work all day and abstain from going to school, so he dropped out in the 7th grade. Clayton started working at various places without a proper goal. In addition to his stint in Cuba with the Army, Sanders spent the first half of his life doing a series of odd jobs, including stoking the steam engines of trains throughout the South, selling insurance, selling tires, making lighting systems, and more. Sanders spent the first half of his life doing a series of odd jobs, including selling insurance, selling tires, making lighting systems. Harlow's mother started teaching him how to cook when he was 7. After trying his hand at various odd occupations, he couldn't stay at any place for a long time. Later, he started working as a cook and a dishwasher in a small cafe. Finally, in 1930, he found a permanent job at a shell filling station outside a small city called North Corbin. In his spare time, he used to cook dishes that his mother had made using hot rocks and serve them in his cereal house, which he had converted into a small eatery. Soon his steak and country ham recipes became a big hit with travelers. He has spent all his savings on buying a more prominent site nearby to accommodate the ever-increasing number of customers. He expanded the menu and included the recipe for the famed fried chicken for the very first time in 1936. Expansion. He was pleased that he had become successful at his viewable, but he was always looking for ways to improve the U.S. production process and expand his customer base to expand his food chains. By 1937, he had again raised the hood, accommodating 150 people. At the same time, he had developed the hood. He began going to various eateries, accompanied by a guard, and cooking this fried chicken on the spot for restaurant owners and hustlers. Sanders' recipe was rejected by a 2009 restaurant, but Sanders never gave up because he knew that his recipe was one of a kind and unique. He went ahead with the same conviction as he used to have and found a restaurant owner who agreed to sell Sanders' chicken. Sanders are credited with inventing the chicken sandwich. Selling KFC. Soon more restaurants were breeding this Elvis's new fried chicken recipe in the rostra. By 1963, nearly 600 restaurants were selling the formula. After 4 years, Kentucky Fried Chicken was at the peak of its glory, but Sanders decided to sell the corporation to a private investor named John I. Brown. Under the deal, he receives $2 million in cash and remains the official face of the company, for which he was paid about $250,000 every year. Sanders were not happy to let go of his baby right at 75, but he decided that it would be best to see his company continue to grow beyond his capacity. Sanders were never really worried about making money. Instead, he always focused on providing quality products and excellent customer service. In 1967, KFC had already become the 6th largest restaurant chain in the United States in terms of sales volume. At the time, the company had begun operating standalone restaurants and had honed in on the takeout business model. KFC expansion. KFC chains many had before it came under the ownership of Yum Brands in 1997. Soon he added many more recipes to their menu, such as desserts, sandwiches, and drinks. Cash would complement express selling fried chicken recipes. Later on, KFC got its start by opening stores in Canada, and it quickly expanded to more than 40 countries, with 3,000 outlets by the end of the year 1970. By 1991, sales heads up and recent predictions had reached $6.2 billion for a total of 2,500 stores worldwide. However, that was just the beginning of expansion for KFC, as there was no stopping this ever-rising firm. Conclusion: it has pleased many ups and downs, but has been a cloud favorite ever since the flaw, with over 20,000 outlets, over 123 cont, and this is an income of over $23 billion. Today's KFC is the second largest restaurant chain in the globe. Standards may have needed more motivation to become as wealthy as he could have been. Still, he is now known in 123 countries for his favorite fried chicken recipe, which is more than he could have ever hoped for when he hit the road at the age of 65 for the cars full of cooking supplies. The spices of KFC are the result of endless trials and expense, and the persistence of colonial standards. You eventually make it as one of the biggest brands in the world. This was all about today's video. Please share your thoughts on our video below. Don't forget to thumbs up and share our video. Please check out our channel and subscribe if you like what you see. We thank you for tuning in. We'll see you all in the next clip.